Hey, welcome back to the Lightspeed Social Agency YouTube channel. We're going to be talking about how to figure out your marketing budget for 2023. And I want to lead off with telling you, there's kind of a dumb approach that a lot of people will recommend to you. They'll just throw out kind of a ballpark number of 5 to 10% of your budget should be toward marketing. And what I want you to do instead is to really think about what is your goal for the year and how aggressive do you want to be in pursuing that goal. Tell me in the comments below how much you're planning to grow your top line revenue by this year. So the first step to figuring out your marketing budget for 2023 for your lawn care and landscaping business is to know your numbers. And I know that everybody I interact with in the lawn care community that is in kind of the position I'm in, where we work with those business owners, we are beating this drum constantly. What I want you to look at is, what was your top line revenue last year? What was your growth year over year? If you don't have these exact numbers, it might be, it's still worth it to kind of ballpark it. Look at bank statements, get this together, and then look at how much did you spend on marketing last year. So I talk about this all the time. You want to look at your growth goal and your marketing spend from last year, and then compare that to your growth goal for this year, your marketing budget for this year, and see, does you're wanting to grow by 10 or 20% more than you grew last year? Does your marketing budget, has it increased by that same amount? Do they match? And the question you can ask yourself, if they don't, if you're wanting to spend, percentage-wise less than you spent last year with a bigger growth target than last year, you have to ask yourself, have my marketing skills gotten that much better? Have I figured out my channels that much better? Do I have my targeting locked in that much better? To say I can spend less and get more out of it is a pretty big promise. And so you need to ask yourself, am I bringing the skills to this, or am I bringing, hope in one hand and shit in the other? So look at your goal, compare it to the reality of last year, and ask yourself, does it make sense? And if you are a new lawn care business owner this year, this is your first year out the gate, I want you to take your first month of work and kind of create a conservative estimate for the year from there, and kind of use that to gauge off of, it can be fair to take kind of the dumb approach your first year because you don't have any data to build from yet. You can work with maybe someone in the area who's a little bigger than you to get an idea of what they did, but I would just kind of scale out from your first month, assume that you're going to have some taper off going into the fall, unless you have a plan for your fall services, and kind of map out what you think the year should look like from there and base your goal on that. But the big thing is that you have to set a realistic goal. And that does not mean that I'm telling you to set like an easy target that you can hit. If this is like a limbo contest and you're setting your goal for growth where you can just walk right under the limbo bar, I don't want that. Right? I want you to set an aggressive goal, but one that is realistic and achievable. So even if you're going to be ambitious, I want you to be a little bit realistic, but make sure that you're bending some to limbo. Make sure that you're putting some work in. Before we get to the final step here, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow. It makes sure you see these kinds of videos as they continue to come out. So it will help you, it'll help us. Hopefully that is a win-win for you. Okay, we want to find our optimal spend. So what you need to look at is, like last year, from your, we've kind of looked at like the big picture numbers, but what I want you to do now is kind of break it down and look at, okay, if we acquired 50 new clients and it cost us $1,000 in spend, that means it cost us $20 per client to acquire them. That is your client acquisition cost is a really powerful number to know. Then you want to look at, okay, of those new clients, how much are they worth? How much did they pay us last year? So what you could do is maybe in your CRM, you can filter your invoices by those new clients who signed up and take that out and divide it by the number of clients and get your average client value for a year. And then look at, okay, how much did it cost us to market upsells? My guess is you probably didn't do a lot of upsell marketing last year. So I would start looking at that. But what you want to do is take your client value over the last 12 months, over the last calendar year is probably a better way to do it. Look at that client value and multiply it by the number of new clients that you're looking to bring into the business this year, and that will give you your revenue goal for your new clients. So you need to find your client value to determine the number of clients you need to reach your revenue goal. So that's the big formula here is, you could set that big revenue goal first and then back into it, figuring out how many new clients you need to bring in to get yourself to that goal. And keep filling up the tank with new clients, right? Upsells are super important, and I preach that all the time here, but I want to emphasize to you that it's not just upselling, right? We talk a lot about selling back into your list because it's one of the best ways to grow your top line revenue for your business, increase your profitability. But we want to keep bringing new people in and market all year to our existing list to bring new people into the fold and make your budget go further. Now, I think the best way for you to make your budget go as far as possible this spring to get the best clients from the best areas in your market into your funnel, turn them into customers, and then upsell to them on top of that, the best way to do that is by working with us at Lightspeed. So if you need help figuring out your marketing plan for 2023, you know that it involves bringing in the pros to work on your stuff, please reach out to us at Lightspeed Social Agency. We'll have a link down in the description where you can give us a ring, and we would love to work with you. Please reach out if you need to grow your lawn care and landscaping business in 2023. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next week.